Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. This reading is going to be centered around the theme of where is your life headed? We're going to look at that major theme in this Pick a Card reading. Here below, I have the cards 1, 2, and 3, all time stamped below in the description box, as well as in the comment section below. If you are new to Pick a Card readings, well, welcome. You can feel free to watch all 3 piles and kind of discern for yourself if that reading is a fit or a match. I highly recommend you use your intuition when watching any sort of tarot reading. Always take with you the messages that resonate, leave behind the ones that don't. Also, you may be drawn to just one specific card pile. I've even included crystals here. Or you can look at the timestamps, maybe a number or numbers call to you. Either way, there is no wrong way to pick your reading. Sometimes we can resonate with multiple readings or just one. There is no wrong way to go about doing this. I'm going to leave an opportunity for you to sit with the cards with some gentle music. Feel free to tune in to your intuition and see which card is really calling towards you, and I'll see you in your reading. If you've chosen card 1, you got the Moonstone Cycles, beloved. So what a beautiful card to sort of depict the theme of this entire reading, which is, where your life is headed. This talks about cycles, themes. Okay, now the moonstone is connected to the moon goddess energy and sort of our feminine energy and our ability to be a part of the ebb and flow of life itself. Be a witness, be an observer to your life right now. That is truly one of the best ways you can bring in more calm and ease. Now, I apologize, I have to use artificial light in this reading just because there is a gentle rainstorm outside and it's quite dark, so I'm unable to get natural light. So I apologize if there is a glare on any of the cards, but the Moonstone is truly a beautiful card because it tells me that group 1, you are definitely open to a new cycle. You're definitely open to a new phase, and I've picked cards channeling messages just for you. So we're going to unfold those now. No surprise, you got the New Beginnings card, and this card says, "Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell." So many of you are probably making room or space for a new chapter or a new beginning. I love the symbolism of the butterfly here because some of you could really resonate with Gemini energy or have a mutable sign in your sun, moon, rising, or even Venus. And so I'm seeing that group 1, you're definitely open to changes and you're open to what life brings you. And that is a gift in and of itself. You're not necessarily fixed on one outcome. You have this beautiful way about you that accepts life's beginnings and endings. With that said, some of you are currently closing out a chapter. You could have recently ended a relationship of any kind, family, lover, friend, even a business contract. Some of you have even quit a job and are maybe, sort of in this phase of what's next, where's my heart leading me, and where are the opportunities available. So we're going to go a little deeper and pull from your tarot cards. I have a number of decks that I pulled cards from, channeling messages from you. So I'm going to lay out the tarot cards. And then we'll add to the reading with some of the additional oracle card messages I have. So look at this spread so far. We have the Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles at the top, and then the underlying themes are Five of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and Four of Wands. So beloved, what is so disheartening to see is the Eight of Swords at the start of your reading. This could be someone feeling very trapped in their circumstances. So this is maybe a subgroup of whom I'm connecting to, or maybe all of you here are sort of feeling trapped somewhere, but are really feeling this internal nudge or pull in a new direction, but maybe don't know how to go about doing it. Some of you feel you will be judged for any sort of course correction, any sort of pivot or shift in where you want to take your life. Eight of Swords is a card I resonate with. It's typically someone who feels like they're an outcast. It's someone who feels like they may be misunderstood or misjudged. Eight of Swords is such a tender card, so I really, my heart goes out to anyone who feels this way, who feels like maybe they can't even quite be themselves, maybe around a group of people or around everyone they know. Now, what the silver lining, of the Eight of Swords is, it's a mental card. So more often than not, these are our own personal thoughts. These are how we perceive ourselves or our circumstance to be. We perceive this limit or lack, or we perceive that we're maybe disconnected from others. This can be changed and altered at any time through rewiring our brains and our minds to think kinder thoughts, not only about other people. We don't want to prejudge other people and assume the worst of them and say, yeah, these people are out to get me, or these people don't get me. But the Eight of Swords truly invites us to be kinder to ourselves, to be kinder to our circumstance, and to be kinder to where life has brought us up until now. We have the Three of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, which does indicate a new beginning in career. So some of you are looking to make a shift in career and are perhaps worried about what they're going to say. Maybe your partner, your friendship group, your family. What are they going to say if you kind of follow a lead or go in this direction where maybe you have more creative say or freedom? See, you're starting this reading feeling trapped, and the underlying issue below that is the Five of Wands, which is judgment and feeling judged and feeling like if I stray from the group, I'm going to be outcasted even more. Now, if the group you belong to judges, and if this group is harsh and unkind in any way, maybe the real question is, do I even want to be a part of this group or this community or this friendship circle if it's so harsh? Because for some of you, you are almost limiting your path to maybe something that is traditional or acceptable to the common person or to this circle of people that you have around you. Now, I want to invite you to where we're kind of headed here, or where you're headed here. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, which shows us a brand new start somewhere. And there's an opening there if you choose to take it. It almost feels like it's a perfect match for you, because I'm seeing this person hold up that pentacle, right? Hold it up proudly. The sun is shining. They're in the, the fresh air. There's nothing damp or danky about this. Whereas you notice that in the Eight of Swords and even the Five of Wands, there's sort of a dankiness or a darkness or even a moldiness to the energy. Whereas here there's freedom and flow. Exactly what that moonstone is about, the card you picked. And so I'm seeing this golden pentacle being a match on the wall. So where a lot of you are headed in your life right now, group one, is the perfect job, the perfect career, life purpose, or business ownership. Okay, so that's another message I'm getting. Some of you haven't found your life purpose yet, or feel like I've tried all these jobs or endeavors and I never really felt like any one of them was right for me, and you're doubting yourself. You're doubting if anything better will arise. You could be thinking to yourself, this is it for me. I just got to settle somewhere. But I'm seeing a perfect match for you in terms of a place or a home or a business that you feel directly in alignment with, where you feel happy with, and that you have a lot of say. So some of you are coming from a place where you didn't have a lot of say in an organization or a relationship or anything, but you're moving towards a community or a place of work or building your own business where you have a lot of creative freedom, and sort of the income is really dependent upon you. So there's a pro and con to that, because it's kind of like, okay, you have a lot of say in this, a lot of freedom here. This is like entrepreneurship energy I'm getting, where there could be fluxes in income. Some months you'll have windfalls of income that could be like you earn all your earnings in 1 month, and there could be a month where there is zero income. That could be, this new life that maybe you're afraid to take on. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands shows me that by embarking on this path, you will meet or come into contact with people who are similar minded. So this won't be a group where you have to pretend to be somebody else. You could be a part of like a toxic work environment and everybody's like super cutthroat or super judgmental, but very unhappy, as you can tell by these faces. And I hope there's a focus here. I'm not sure if there is, beloved, but by the look on these faces here, there's a lot of unhappiness, a lot of bitterness, a lot of repressed desires channeled out as anger, jealousy, envy. Whereas in this Four of Wands, so as I was saying, where your life is headed right now is in a direction towards more acceptance. So acceptance coming from self, but also from those around you with this beautiful Four of Wands. I love how people are joining in celebration, instead of like, oh, look what so-and-so is doing, or can you believe so-and-so is attempting that, or can you believe who does so-and-so think they are? As we can see from the Five of Wands, we can only imagine the type of energy that you've had to hear, or what is going on and around in your circles, or even what you might perceive others might think of you if you embark on maybe a heart's desire or change paths. Okay, but what I'm seeing that if you make that mental shift, if you get yourself out of your head and back into the body, back into even the heart, you're gonna see that you will come across the beautiful souls that will support you, that will join in, that will be kind of giving you that applause, that recognition that you so deserve. Now I see what else is coming up next for you is that beautiful Wheel of Fortune, where there is going to be a change. 100% there is going to be a change. You are not going to stay where you are. So for some of you, this is, like I was saying earlier, very welcomed. Some of you are looking for a change in income, a change in job, a change in life purpose even. And so I want to invite in the other cards that were drawn, and I'm getting chills holding them because everything just seems to fit, even if they're from different decks. You know, I couldn't have planned this better myself. So you have, here, let me lay them out here. So hopefully we can get them all in screen. Does that work? Let's try to make space for these beautiful cards here. Okay, hopefully you can see the cards. Okay, we have a door card. We have a divine door card, and this card says deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on, hold on. So my heart goes out to you, Group 1. Anyone who feels like doors have been shut on you, opportunities are no longer available, or you feel disconnected from abundance or love or recognition. Okay? You're not done. In fact, you're just getting started into a new cycle. So don't fret. Don't allow yourself to be mean to yourself or unkind to yourself. Some of you are beating yourself up, saying, I wish I've done things better, or I wish I could have done this earlier. There really is no better time than now for this next phase. You are ready now. Perhaps you weren't ready 3 months ago, 3 years ago, 30 years ago. Some of you are now ready now for this beautiful life that awaits you, that I feel like gets you out of a dark room. Some of you need to know that you are truly meant to flourish in this next phase of your life. There's nothing more beautiful than growth. There's nothing more beautiful than unfoldment. And this next unfoldment of your life, you're truly meant to sort of blossom in an environment that is your match. I see some of you were working so hard in an environment that kind of felt like you were a flower blooming in a dark room somewhere, or a closet somewhere, and your true talents and gifts weren't able to be seen or recognized. But where you are headed, there's going to be recognition. Where you are headed, you will be seen for your true worth, not who you feel like you need to be, but who you truly are. So your healing mantra cards are, the light is always within me. My choices determine how brightly I shine. And I am willing to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. So this story of yours goes both ways, because one part, it is the environment around you that simply isn't a fit. Or it could have been like you were always like this black sheep in an environment of maybe people who are super judgmental, super harsh, people who have appearances to uphold. But I feel like, beloved, whoever was drawn to card 1, you are someone who could care less about appearances. You are someone who could care less about the status quo and sort of fitting in, but you yet somehow always felt it was your job to appease these people, or to be approved of these people. You've always wanted this group of people's recognition or approval. And beloved, I read tarot from all sides, the light and shadow, and I'm getting a strong message that you may never gain this group of people's recognition because they're simply not your people. And I hate to say that. I hate to put people into categories and groups. Now, that's not to say that maybe one day you're going to grow out of this phase. And like we said, we're looking at where you're headed, and look at you flourishing amongst people who are a part of your soul community, your soul circle. You know, these people may then look at you like, wow, that person did it, that person made it, or that person really found a circle that they're thriving with. I feel like that's only gonna boil their blood, because as you can see, they're like very envious, very jealous. They could even be, you know, get together just to talk shit about other people or just to gossip. Okay, these are not your people. If playtime or if social time with these people involves gossip, or it involves worrying about other people's business as opposed to their own, then these are not your real people or group to be around. Okay, it's just adding more fuel to the fire in terms of building up personal resentments in each and every one of these people, right? As opposed to, as you can see in this group, it's like, let's all come together as our best selves and share the good that's going on in our lives. Okay, and even if our life is not perfect, we can still recognize and add and contribute to each other's life in a way that uplifts, as opposed to festering internal bitterness or resentment. So I hope this is making sense. I feel like it's a fit here in terms of like you are truly meant to shine in an environment that is welcoming to you. So I guess there's some questions coming in from the guides, and they're saying, are your true gifts and talents being recognized where you are now? If the answer is no, then this reading is definitely for you, because I see new beginnings elsewhere. And I also see just more light all around and warmth, and someone not having to hide their identity or hide their eccentricities, someone who could show up as themselves and love life and feel like life is loving them back in a way. I love this for you, group 1. I truly love this for you, because this is a long time coming. I feel like you were in that 8 of Swords energy a good portion of your life. So this sort of homecoming that I see with the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, even the 3 of Pentacles, this homecoming is like a coming home to yourself, where you finally feel free to just be you, and you accept you. And as you accept you, you may be rejected by a group, I won't lie, but this only brings you, or turns the wheel for you to be closer to the people that will accept you and embrace you wholly. And I truly love this for you. This could relate to friendship groups, jobs, overall income earning opportunities that are a better fit, and that will truly highlight you, that will truly allow you to shine, that will truly allow you to blossom in a place where we can see you, not in some dark closet somewhere where you're just blossoming alone, or it's not able to be seen or recognized. I see you in a place where you'll be seen, recognized, and it's just a fit overall. So I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you know that you're not done yet, that your life is still worth living and striving for. And I see so much sunshine and light coming to you so that blossoming can happen. It may initially hurt when you come to a place of realization where it's like, I can't grow here, or I can't flourish here around these people or in this job. That initially might sting, because you'll enter the place of the unknown, the new beginning. But I want you to know that you will be supported. This new beginning has the 4-4 card, okay? Synchronicities here with the 4 of Wands. And that also talks about a beautiful foundation and structure to build towards, and you build it in a way that works for you, not according to someone else's schedule or someone else's needs or approval, but you will have full creative expression in terms of, do I approve of this? And when the answer is yes, it's going to exhilarate your mind, body, and soul. You're going to feel perfect alignment there in the mind, body, and soul. Okay? So that's how you know that you're kind of on the right path in those initial phases where you're like, oh my goodness, I may have to leave this behind and build towards this. So as you're building towards the new 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, does it sit right with the soul? Can you be yourself? If the answer is yes, you are on the right path. So this is what I have for you, group 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I invite you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, join the Flourishing Mystic community. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button. And for those of you looking to go deeper, if you want a personal reading, I have offerings available on my website, flourishingmystic.com. My links are always going to be in the description box below. And of course, I have an official website so you can connect with me there. With that said, I wish you nothing but love, blessings, recognition on this pathway forward. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. For those who chose card 2, welcome to your reading. You got the Kyanite Blue, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but it is the letting go card here. Now, the medicine that this crystal offers is it promotes letting go of dormant emotions, feelings, and energies that have been held within the energy field and physical body. Kyanite is inviting you to open and receive its powerful medicine as you let go and surrender to all that no longer serves you in life. So this is a card that deepens self-awareness, expands your consciousness, creating new opportunities, and it allows you to let go of old emotions and thus making way for new. So this is a card of also maybe letting go of expectations of self, like where you thought you'd be by now. Maybe you had a 30-year plan, a 10-year plan, and maybe things haven't gone maybe the way you've planned it out to be. And that is okay as well. Letting go of any expectations that are outside of ourselves, or expectations we feel heavily from others. Maybe we've picked up on this from, our parents, our guardians, those who are maybe guiding us, pushing us towards a direction that maybe doesn't feel right. There is no sense in that. So there's something about self-acceptance in this letting go card that I'm feeling very strongly as well. So let me pull your cards in terms of where your life is headed. You got the abundance card, which I think is so beautiful. I'm seeing that beautiful cornucopia. It says, Goddess of abundance divine, let me thrive. Let fortune be mine. So some of you can also stand to maybe let go of an expectation that I can only earn abundance if I do something I am unsatisfied with or bored with or tired with. Some of you need to know that you can earn abundance in any area that you so desire. We're living in times where that is quite possible. That is the gift of the internet. That is the gift of modern times. We can use it for a higher purpose. You don't need to be stuck in sort of like an office job or where you just feel like, oh, every time I have to wake up to go to this place, I just feel depressed, or I feel like this is not it, this is not right. You don't have to feel that way on a daily basis to earn an income. In fact, it has been proven and shown amongst living beings in our lifetime right now who are, thriving in businesses, endeavors, creative outlets. They're literally thriving. They're earning incomes that, maybe a previous self wouldn't have even conceived of. But sometimes it's in letting go of the facade, like I need that 9 to 5 in order to survive. Okay, so you could be letting go of some of those ideas that it has to be a certain way, and maybe welcoming new ideas, like there could be a different way. I could potentially earn income here doing what I love. There could be a shift in mindset happening in this next phase and chapter of your life. So let me lay out your tarot cards to go a little deeper of where you are headed. We have the major theme at the top and the underlying theme at the bottom, in the bottom 3 cards here. So let's have a look. I have other cards as well that I'll be showing you, but we'll start with the tarot, not to overwhelm you. We have the 8 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. Interesting progression downward, okay? I'm seeing the 8 of Wands as like you could be in a place where you feel you're uncertain with right now, especially paired with that 7 of Cups. Like, I don't know where I should go next. I don't know if I should stay in this current job, to stay in this current partnership, to stay in this city, or should I move across town, across country, across the world? Should I change jobs? Should I change industries? There's like a lot of larger questions coming to your mind and heart right now that you are kind of sifting and sorting through. I'm seeing the 6 of Cups come in as an aid. And the aid is, let's simplify this. Let's simplify this process. What could we do now in this moment that would help alleviate some of these larger questions? Some of these, some of you want a complete overhaul of this next cycle of your life, but it's almost like let's just maybe start with one area. Or start with, I'm getting one area, because at least we're gaining momentum. Because what I see with the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Cups is like your energy spread across the room or all over the place, where it's like I need to change this, and that, and that, and this, and this. And I have to do it all at once, and I have to do it within a week or within a month or within this next year. And I'm almost seeing your spirit guides like, hold on, like slow down. We don't have to conquer the world in a week or a month. Let's start with one area that we're drawn to. This could be in terms of how you earn an income, because you do have the abundance card. That could be something on your mind, or this could be a premonition of what's to come. Like this is the area you're going to work on. Now feel free to choose the area of your life, because look at all the choices you have. 7 of Cups. Let me bring this card forward, and I hope that this camera truly autofocuses here. You have the 7 of Cups, which talks about choices, choices, choices. This direction, that direction, here, there, stay, go. oh boy, it's a lot. It just feels like this causes sleepless nights, worries, anxieties. You're worried, what if I choose the wrong path? What if I don't choose quick enough? Beloved, there is nothing in this world that is truly for you that is going to escape you. Six of Cups. So don't worry. You can decide today, tomorrow, next week, next year. What is truly meant for you will always be a part of your life. So you don't need to worry about that. And it kind of goes back to the initial channeling that I got from the letting go card, which is like abandoning certain expectations and maybe even timelines of when certain things need to happen. You have the Hierophant, and it's interesting how that is the root of the Eight of Wands, which is like the complete opposite. So a complete juxtaposition of energy, especially depicted in this particular deck. The Eight of Wands, it's showing movement. It's showing like change in the air, change in direction. This is what I feel like you want, or you're contemplating. But this Hierophant is saying, okay, let's ground ourselves. Let's bring ourselves back home, back into the body. Let's not allow our decisions to be based on maybe even the external environment, or reacting to the external, or reacting out of fear. What's meant for me will always be for me. What's meant for you will always be for you. There is no real competition on the spiritual plane, and in terms of how you incarnated into this life and the soul contract that you've made. You are going to live your life, and everything is going to come into order as it needs to. So there's something about needing to ground the energy that would be so helpful in this next little chapter with the Hierophant. Maybe even traditional meditation, traditional quieting techniques, quieting of the mind techniques, even therapy, to help you kind of sift and sort through. But what I want you to truly know here is that you're on this journey. You are definitely going to take a leap of faith somewhere. So we want to make sure that it's rooted and grounded and centered in what you truly want. Not just like choosing on a whim, or choosing because you feel like if you don't choose now, you are going to be late for something. You're not going to be late to your success. You are not going to be late in terms of meeting the love of your life. You will not be late. Queen of Swords. Underneath the Six of Cups. Some of you are late bloomers, and you just need to find peace in that, like, and comfort in that, and knowing that that's kind of what you signed up for. And so if you're kind of young in life, or even you feel old in age but haven't arrived yet, you need to know that you are exactly where you need to be, and that you are definitely a late bloomer, and you're going to enjoy this second half or third quarter of your life more than the rest, because you're coming into your own power. You're listening to your own true voice. See, there's a lot of influence from maybe the world, or like a lot of pressure even from the world outside of you. And I'm seeing a lot here where it's like we need to ground the energy and tune back into yourself, tune back into the heart space, and start making decisions from that place, because that's just going to put one foot in front of the other and lead you down the road to maybe success or abundance or love, whatever it is you're searching for or seeking. Let's look at your Divine Door card. You have the Nomad, and it says the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. So, beloved, you will be making a decision somewhere, so don't fret. Okay, you will be making a decision, and I feel like the decision is almost to simplify your life. A nomad to me is someone who walks a simple life, a very mystic life, sort of like a archetypal hermit. Not to say you need to be a hermit or hide somewhere, as that card suggests. Rather, it's more of a simplification of some of these major life decisions that you're contemplating right now. Maybe start with one area or start with what's right in front of you. If you have a cluttered home, for example, you may even just need to start there. A cluttered home could be representative of the mind space, having too much or doing too much. You could be spinning too many plates. You could have too many jobs, and it's kind of like shutting you off from universal wisdom. Queen of Swords, this shows you as someone who accesses wisdom through maybe even meditation or quiet time. And if you're not giving yourself the quiet time, you're not going to access those downloads that propel you in a given area or push you in this new direction. You may simply choose on a whim. And there are no wrong choices, beloved. We're all going to somehow get redirected anyways. But why not simplify it? Why need to go through a chaotic cycle just to return back to where you're going to start again? Okay, so let's look at your healing mantra cards. You have, I am born of infinite joy. You have, only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. I think this is a beautiful fit for your reading because some of you feel like you need to envision it all, be it all, plan it all out, have this perfect plan and stick to it to a T. But it's almost like you're meant to just live and let be. And all that is truly meant for you is going to transpire, beloved. Okay, last card here is, there is only what life is asking of me. So I cannot plan how these cards fit together. And I just feel like with the Queen of Swords and the Fool and the Hierophant being the underlying message of your reading, the answer to some of these long-standing quandaries or problems or questions or areas of where you want to shift or direct your life stem from within. That also connects to above. So it's like so above, so below. With the Queen of Swords, it's like you have an antenna that connects you to the universe and what the universe is asking of you or where it's directing you. And the only way you can truly listen is through stillness. I'm getting that direct message. And I know some of us could be uncomfortable with stillness because we feel like we need to do, we need to act, we need to react, respond. But some of you need to know that you don't need to respond to every invitation. That could even mean every whim that comes your way, like, ooh, that looks interesting, ooh, that looks interesting. It's almost like through stillness, grounding your energy, being firm in your energy, learning your energy better, you get to learn what you truly want. So you're not just quickly following these whims that maybe lead you to places of self-undoing or places of chaos or places of heartbreak. You can now firmly make decisions from your own power and internal guidance system that won't wrong you. Some of you even don't trust your internal guidance system because you're like, I've followed my heart before and I've gotten heartbroken, or I followed my heart desire and it wasn't it. Some of you need to ground into your own sacred energy before making a decision, before taking a leap of faith. Really sit with something and then go for it. Sit with something, absorb it, okay? But I feel like those of you who are here, you understand what this reading is about, and you understand that you are going to be led down the right path. But the best thing you can do right now is maybe simplify your life, simplify your thoughts. You don't need to figure it all out today or by tonight or by tomorrow or by the end of the month. Maybe start with the most important thing on the list and work your way down. You're moving towards a self-empowered place, a place built and structured around self-assurance. I feel like where you're headed this next chapter, what this reading is themed around, is pure self-confidence, pure trust in your own decision-making abilities. You won't wrong yourself. Okay, only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. You may want to work with this mantra. Make it your own. Say it to yourself every day that self-doubt comes in, or too many questions or concerns, or like feeling like you need to problem solve or fix it all. You don't need to fix anything right now. Some of you need to know that you don't need to fix anything right now. Nothing about yourself, nothing about the world. You just simply need to show up, ground your energy. That's almost like your homework for the next little while. Someone needs to ground their energy and maybe not make any decisions at all, major decisions, until they feel like this is truly coming from what the universe is asking from me and what I am asking of me. Not because there's pressure, not because you're worried that you're going to miss out. You'll never miss out on your success. I think that's the take-home message, but feel free to, of course, pull from this reading what you got from it. But I hope there was some advice here that helps you on this next path. You will come into that Queen of Swords energy. You will be the queen of your domain or the king of your domain in an area. You may feel like you're a nomad now, or you have nothing going for you, nothing working out. You will come to a place where you will have everything in order. So trust that. And I'm going to leave you on that note. Everything is working out for you. You're going to come into abundance. You will not miss out on the opportunities that are meant for you. So don't fret. And no need to rush things, rush your timing, or rush life in any way. Just show up, be an observer, be a participant, and you will be led down the right path. This is what I have for you, group 2. If you enjoyed this reading or you got something from it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want a more personal reading detailed around your specific situation, you could book me on my website, flourishingmystic.com. My links are always in the description box below. I invite you to subscribe to the Flourishing Mystic community here. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button so you never miss a reading moving forward. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Hello, card 3, and welcome to your reading. The gentle rainstorm has subsided, so I've invited some natural light into this space. And I think that is so fitting for you and this first card and energy, which is the healthy body. The healthy body connected to nature, connected to the sun, natural airflow. I feel like that is so healthy and healing for you right now. Medicine could be earth itself, or getting out in nature, or inviting more nature in. Okay. Now, healthy body is a main energy of yours over this next cycle where your life is headed. So you could find that you are paying attention to what your body needs, or you could be more in tune with feelings of being uncomfortable or at a dis-ease in a particular environment, or when you eat particular foods. I feel like that you're hypersensitive or in tune, maybe paying more attention to what the body requires. You're viewing your body as kind of like this temple that hosts your beautiful soul. And I feel like you want to give it all that it needs so that you can feel good from the inside out. So let's lay out the rest of your cards so we can get another look, or an in-depth look, of where your life is headed at this time. You have the study card. So some of you are embarking on picking up a new hobby or a field of study. Some of you are currently in school, working towards completing a degree. It says, let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. So whatever you may be studying, may it be easy for you to learn. May it be enjoyable. May you thrive in this environment. Okay. Let's pull your tarot cards, and I have other cards as well, so stay tuned for those, but I don't want to overwhelm you and lay them all out at once. So your first themes are the Death, Page of Cups, and Queen of Cups, and the underlying themes that come in to sort of add to this reading are the Seven of Swords, the Empress, and the Magician. Some of us could be, off put by the Death card, because if you're just getting into tarot, it could feel scary, or you could be wondering, does this signify death? And no, I don't channel messages around death. That's simply not for me. I don't choose or desire to, so that's simply something that won't come to me. Okay, so death for me and in this reading is definitely symbolic. It's symbolic of change. Now we have that Seven of Swords underneath, so I find that to be interesting because Seven of Swords could sometimes signify showing up as someone else, or showing up as how we think others want us to be, but really not truly being our authentic self, or allowing ourselves to have creative expression or flow or say. Seven of Swords is like hidden talent. It could be even hidden gifts. Some of you could be afraid to put something out into the world. What I'm really getting first and foremost from the Death rooted by the Seven of Swords is a change in overall self-identity. I'm also getting change in interests, change in likes, maybe change in life path, or some changes needed to support a healthy body and even mind, because you do have the study card here. So your next phase also centers around nourishing the mind, the body, and of course the spirit with the Death card. So let me take a look here. You have the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Empress, and the Magician. So the Page of Cups rooted down by the Empress is you in authority over your life. So this could be a homecoming or even a graduation process. Some of you will be graduating, and this is a homecoming. You will have the freedom now to choose where you want to go, where you want to take this knowledge, where you want to take your diploma, for example. For some of you, this is literal, or for others, this is very much symbolic. There is sort of I'm seeing the World card, although it's not here present. I'm seeing the World card and sort of a completion coming up to the point where now you're in a place where you have to make decisions as an adult. So group 3, this reading is so exciting to me because I see someone now deciding to live for themselves. So I'm not sure what age you are, or what industry, or what hobbies of interest you have, but I truly see someone deciding that they're going to start doing things on the daily basis that fill their life with joy. As you can see, you start this reading with the death rooted down by the Seven of Swords, which is kind of like keeping your desires or hobbies or interests kind of like a secret or on the down low, and not maybe showcasing it, or more than that, not even admitting to yourself what you naturally are drawn to. And I'm seeing there is medicine in accepting what you naturally desire. So whether this is a person, whether this is an industry, or whether this is just a creative outlet or field of study, somewhere you just want to immerse yourself in downtime. The medicine for the soul in this next phase of your life, where your life is headed in, is in doing more things that you enjoy. Now, this sounds simplistic, and it sounds like, sure, if I had more time, if I had the time, of course I would be doing more painting or more writing or learn more languages or more travel, if I had the time or the money or the resources. And what I'm getting from Spirit is sometimes we need to stop asking for permission to start doing what we truly want. Sometimes we just have to kind of pave our own way. You have the Magician, so you're definitely meant to pave a pathway that maybe hasn't been lived before or tried or tested. It's almost like you are the experiment for your own life and for your own joy. I want to invite in some of the other cards because maybe they'll give us prompts and more downloads here. You got 2 Door cards. You got Secret Sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. And you got Offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. So for those here in group 3, you have a real gift and talent. And I want to say that gifts and talents differ in the sense of a gift is kind of something that you are born with. It's kind of innate and natural to your being. And a talent is something you work at, and you have both. So where your life is headed is you definitely bringing that gift to the forefront and working on that talent, kind of making it a part of your daily experience. That is where the true bliss and joy lies, is in living the life you want now, not when some big windfall comes in, or not when some big job promotion happens, or waiting for retirement. Some of you are here in this lifetime to truly live a joyful, creative, loving life now. You have the I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. A lot of you are very much schedule oriented and maybe try to put a lot on your plate, but the more you simplify and really focus on the main things of importance in your life, that's when you're truly going to live a satisfying life. I'm seeing also you have the I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Okay, so the approval stems from within. When you live from a place of authenticity, you kind of become unshakable. You don't have to hide who you are. You just are who you are. And whether others accept that or approve of that doesn't really matter to you, because you approve of yourself. Abraham Maslow talks about the self-actualized being, and a part of his theory comes down to how we kind of have to be the observer. When we stop classifying ourselves as XYZ, we open ourselves and our lives to infinite potential and possibility. But we have to accept that there is two sides to every coin. We can choose to live from fear and restriction and classification and objectification, which is what we see from the Death card and the Seven of Swords, or we can choose to see that there is infinite possibilities. It's a matter of tapping in. And how do we tap in? It's about embodying. How do you embodying? You start showing up as you are, without fear, without reservation, without hesitation. It says, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. The only reason I see here that some of you feel bad is because you're not tuning in to what your body, your mind, your soul naturally wants and desires. Your body right now could be feeling maybe hungry, for example, and you could be trying to restrict it. Or your body could be craving healthy foods like healthy proteins, fats, vegetables, but you're feeding it fast foods, for example, so you're denying the body what it needs. Your creative expression also has hunger. So if you're not feeding into your creative expression, you are kind of shrinking its ability to blossom or express itself the way it wants. See, the Seven of Swords is like a shrinking, or it is a negating of something. Where you are headed, however, is into full embodiment, full expression, unapologetically showing up and being you and making choices from that place that honor the self and the body and the mind and the spirit. You have all elements here that point to how that's all important. And I tend to say that in the majority of my readings, but you have it here. You have the body, you have the Empress, you have the Magician, the study, that's the mind, and then you have the Death and the Queen of Cups. That is the esoteric, the spirit. And so where you are headed now is into full embodiment, and I feel like that is your gift, the gift you are giving to yourself. No one is going to give this to you. You have to own this. You have to take ownership of where you are headed. I also see you being so talented and gifted that you are meant to leave these secret sketches behind of works of art or writing or video content, for example. Anything under the sun. You could also be very industrious or very revolutionary in your thinking or in what you're able to create. You could be the first to do something. You are definitely meant to leave behind a legacy, but you can only do that if you give that to yourself, if you give yourself the gift of freedom of expression or freedom to create or freedom to live the life on your terms. See, they're really saying to us, no one is going to give you the permission. You must give yourself the permission. So I do see a coming home here, because I do see a homecoming or a sort of graduation process happening with the Death card into full embodiment. And for some of us, this could take a while because we've been so conditioned to follow the tried and true, follow what worked for the other person, for the neighbor, for a family member, or for that person in the history books. But we haven't given ourselves the opportunity to learn ourselves enough to know if that course of action is a fit for us, or if that industry is a fit for us. So I see a little bit of a studying of yourself. You could be working with a beautiful therapist or someone who works with archetypes and can kind of pinpoint you or highlight your beautiful essence, the essence of who you are, getting down to the root of who you are, so you can make choices and live from that place, as opposed to making choices and living from a place that may have worked for someone else, but that may not work for you. Okay, you are definitely meant to leave offerings of your work or your talent. Okay, in whatever industry it is that you choose, it doesn't have to be artistic by any means, but we do see the Page of Cups and they're getting down and dirty with the paint and just allowing inspiration and creativity to flow through. You're definitely meant to give birth to some beautiful things in this lifetime, be it children, be it businesses, be it creative offerings of any type. So you are not limited in this reading, but what your spirit guides really want from you is to start getting in tune with self. And remember, like, if you go out for a job interview, it's almost like you have to interview the workplace just as much as they're interviewing you. Like, does your soul feel good in that environment, or do you feel all clenched up and tightly wound and uncomfortable being there and uncomfortable giving that interview? Because that is a sign off the bat that that place of work may not be for you. You know if something is for you when you are free flowing, when your words flow with ease. Yeah, you may fumble, but you are charismatic because you enjoy being there. It opens up your aura. Your chakras are lit up as opposed to being shut down. Okay, 7 of Swords and Death. So it's almost like you, group 3, those of you who have chosen card 3, your body is of the utmost importance because that's where you're going to get a lot of your answers. You will know if you're headed down the right path, if your body feels at ease and is comfortable, if it feels tense, if it feels clenched, if it feels tight in any way. That could be an indication that something is a mismatch, be it a relationship dynamic, a workplace, an environment, even places you shop for groceries, for example. Okay, I feel like you're going to really live a life where you're only choosing people, places, things that feel good to you. That is really what you have incarnated in this lifetime to experience. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I feel bad. And taking this on unapologetically, you don't have to feel bad because others are feeling bad, or because you don't have to settle for something that makes you feel bad because of what you're supposed to do or how others would perceive you, or think that you're choosing the right path when maybe it's a misfit or a mismatch. Okay, this is a strong message to honor your own callings, live with authenticity, and give yourself the time to do so. Those of you who were drawn to group 3 are most likely people who need to take their time to digest information, to sit with information, to study, to learn, to get enthralled in. You are most likely people who are drawn to want to read fantastic stories of all kinds, fiction, non-fiction, but you truly, once you pick up a hobby, you truly get enthralled. And I feel like the next big thing coming your way is getting truly passionate about something. Something lights a spark in you to explore. And for those brave enough and courageous enough to explore this new hobby with no expectation in mind, I feel like it's going to bring you down the path of joy and least resistance and take you ultimately to where you need to go. So group 3, this is what I have for you so far. If you enjoyed this reading in any way, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Flourishing Mystic community here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button. Also, if you are looking for a more personal reading, you can book me on my website, flourishingmystic.com. My links are always going to be in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here, and I do hope you enjoy where life is taking you now and the gifts that it will offer you through living your true embodiment. Once again, thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.